Aloha and namaste. I am Deb Hart. And
I am PrimRose or Lehualani.
I love it. Welcome to episode number 2 of Deep Diving with Essential Oils with Deb and PrimRose. So excited about this series. And so last week, me having a thimble full of information about essential oils, I just kind of naturally thought we would start with lavender because it's a scent that everybody knows lavender and it's versatile and there's so many uses. But as you know, if you tuned in last week, we started with spearmint, but PrimRose brought lavender in. We are actually going to just talk about lavender today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that was quite interesting, but I love how it still came up in the first 2 episodes, because if you did listen to last week, spearmint was all about communication, and so is lavender. In fact, lavender is one of the top 3 oils that if you do work or are aligned or are aware of chakras, it's one of the top 3 oils for your throat chakra. So it really is in alignment to spearmint, but I think spearmint is just a little bit more, little bit more ease in the minty family, to where lavender, when it comes up with that floral smell, it can now lead into many different other topics, because lavender is one of the most universal oils, and spearmint is that oil of just, hey, if you want to go and speak and you want to be confident in who you are and what you're saying, let's add in some spearmint to just open it up and just ease you, cool you down. And then lavender is when you're already eased and cooled down, and now you're ready to just let it flow. And so I just thought of that in that topic the last time when you thought about lavender, and I was like, oh my gosh, communication. And that's what we're headed into, is we're communicating about all these beautiful oils. So I'm excited for lavender.
Oh, me too. And I didn't know that about communication. That's awesome. But it's kind of, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, how the way I think, that it's kind of easy to remember, because I think lavender is purple, and I think of purple. Not all of the upper chakras are purple, but you're moving into that where, your third eye and your depending on who's working with it, either the third eye and the crown can both be a purple or a violet. So it makes me think of that as going into the upper chakras. So that'll be easy for me to remember, at least.
Yeah, and it kind of, when you think about moving into the third eye, because it's throat, third eye, and the way that they connect, you think of clary sage, and then you keep going up, and then you think about crown chakra, and you think about frankincense. And just last week, we also paired frankincense. So it's really just, you add all of those together, you really become more in tune and in flow with who you are from the inside out. And it just opens you a little bit more and a little bit more, and lets your ripple effect and your nervous system just let it flow at ease. And it's just beautiful, and for lavender, being also with birch or mixing it up with maybe eucalyptus or a tea tree or peppermint, you really dip it and let it sink more into how you feel in your heart, and the things that really set you up in a passionate way that you just want to share with the world, and you want to continue to elevate in that. And so it's just really amazing, because spearmint could be a gate opener to your heart chakra, and then lead into your throat chakra, and then you compound all the other oils like what we just said, and it could start really opening your chakras more. I guess I'm going on this chakra thing. I think I'm going on this chakra theme, because Deb actually just did a meditation for us yesterday, which was around our chakras. And I just feel like that's where lavender is like pulling us to more so, because she did that. And it's just like
awesome.
chakras.
I want to add, okay, so while you were talking about adding the lavender and you mentioned all of these different trees, it's making me feel like adding that to the lavender is grounding it into your body. Would that be accurate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
that's the way I saw it. Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes. Because when you think about that, yeah, like you can really get clear and grounded when you continuously do that to that rapport and that repetition. It really does make you grounded, and you really do become clear and give yourself grace because you start knowing who you are more.
Beautiful. So I really liked what I decided to do is I really liked that we had our cards. And I thought, I didn't do this on the first episode, but I thought maybe as we go through each oil, I'm going to read what it says in my book. And then I
Yes.
know, and then you went to your card, which actually talks about like a trigger statement. And so maybe if you're in your shadow and then, like the healed aspect, what you'd be feeling. I would love to do that with each of the oils.
Yes. So today, actually, I love that because if you read the card, I don't have the card in front of me, but I have two decks, as you know.
Yep.
One actually dives a little bit more into the chakras. So I have my chakra chart in front of me. And so I'll bounce off of you after you go with the oracle, and I'll read what the throat chakra is, the purpose and the oils for that and the affirmation for it.
Okay. Fabulous. Well, first of all, I mean, look at this goddess. I mean, just I love this card. Oh my goddess, right? It's so beautiful.
That. It almost looks like a tattoo or a tattoo going down her chest.
I know, it's so beautiful.
So beautiful to her womb.
I know. I love it. I just absolutely love this card. Yes. Okay. So in my book, it says, so this is the Oracle of the Essences. Just so you know what oracle cards I'm pulling from. Wise words. In the end, we only regret the chances we didn't take. I like that it starts with that. So, with each of them. Lavender is sweet, calm, and gentle. It is one of the safest essences, good for babies, adults, and the elderly. Lavender supports the nervous system by releasing unnecessary tension and stress. It encourages open and honest communication with the self and others. When the lavender personality is positive, it will be calm, relaxed, and easygoing. It will also inspire nurturing and an honest expression of the heart. What you see is what you get approach. Oh, wow, that sounds like an Aquarius to me. I am like textbook Aquarius. What you see is what you get. You're either going to love it or hate it. And the essence is connected with the throat and third eye chakras, assuming that what is in your mind needs to be put into the words to be able to materialize. You might love or hate lavender, and that will depend on the relationship that the pathways of your brain have created with its particular scent. This card presents a beautiful purple goddess expressing herself and dancing with open arms. She is a goddess. She is confident but nurturing at the same time. She knows what she wants. So I also want to read that, like, if you're, working with your guidance to pull cards and you're given this card by your guides, this would be the reason. If this card has come to you, it's because you might need to express your true feelings. You will also benefit from aligning your heart and your mind in order to move forward. Talk about your projects and heartfelt wishes. There might be someone out there eager to listen. And then the affirmation is, I am at peace with my world and myself. So I just want to expand on one thing. You will benefit from aligning your heart and your mind, which is what it says lavender does. So I think this is really important to remind us or learn, if you don't already know this, that we manifest our life all day long, every day. And for the most part, we're manifesting unconsciously because we're busy with the kids and we're busy with that and we're busy with work and we got to run to the grocery store and oh my God, I ran out of gas, whatever. We're busy, 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 busy. And we're not thinking about, in this moment, I'm creating my next moment and my next moment and my next moment. So when you can get your mind and your heart in coherence, which is what it's saying lavender does, right? You get these two in coherence and you're focused on what you manifest. That's how you manifest what you want. Instead of sending mixed signals out to your universe, you get them in coherence. So I just wanted to point that out because I love that it said that about lavender.
I love that. That's amazing. Yeah. And I don't have that card deck. Actually, we talked about it, Deb and I was saying, oh my gosh, that's a new oil card deck because I got a different one than what she had from the same website. So I was,
but this is great.
Yeah,
this is great because I get to share mine and you get to share yours, and I mean, you can use them both.
Yes. When you were talking, actually, I thought about also an app that we use, the Essential Emotions, and I actually wanted to read that because of what you were saying. So lavender, and so this app is the Essential Emotions app, and it's only for doTERRA essential oils. But the lavender, they list the lavender down as oil of communication and calm. Lavender aids verbal expression and calms the mind. Specifically, it calms the insecurities that are felt when one risks their true thoughts and feelings. Lavender addresses a deep fear of being seen and unheard. Lavender supports individuals in releasing the tension and constriction that stems from withheld expression. Through lavender's courageous spirit, all are free to share their true self with others. So lavender can help you go from being blocked, fearful, constricted, tense, hiding, unheard, unloved, insecure, to calm, self-expression, and to be able to have self-truth and be able to be true to self. And that leads us to our throat chakra, like what we were speaking of, because our throat chakra is all about communication, self-expression of feelings, speaking the truth, holding secrets. And through that, we have lavender, birch, and oregano as the essential oils that they recommend for the throat chakras. And the affirmation is, I am speaking clearly and truthfully with grace and ease. And of course, we're going to layer that with some crystals. So at the top of this is aquamarine. We have blue lace agate, sodalite, lapis, turquoise.
I'm going to grab my sodalite.
Yep, I totally believe in some turquoise. Actually, I'm wearing right here some turquoise. So, and I believe I'm wearing my lapis too. And my lapis was given to me from Deb, actually. My little baby lapis.
Yeah. What baby lapis?
The blue little lapis. Well, it's in my
lapis. Sorry, I wasn't thinking of lapis. I'm like, that was not little. Sorry. Little like my sodalite little. No, just kidding.
No, that is a beautiful one. Is that a slab? Yes, it is.
Yes, I leave it here in my office, in the healing room.
Yeah, it's the playroom for healers, for sure.
Yeah, totally.
And the color is blue. So the element is ether. And that one, I want to hand that one over to Deb because I feel like she could elaborate. What is ether?
What is ether?
When it comes to elements.
Out in the ether is our etheric realms, our spiritual realms, beyond the eye, outside of third and fourth dimensional reality existence. Out here is the ether.
So the throat element is ether and sound. I love that. The vibrations, huh?
Beyond the eye.
Yeah. Wow.
Interesting.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what I have for the throat chakra, which is located in your throat and your neck. And so this that I'm reading from is from the Essential Educators. And you can find this at www.aromaready.com.
Oh, nice. I'm also thinking about the I'm just thinking about the upper chakras, the higher dimensional chakras above your heart, that your throat chakra can also communicate that, at a higher level, just thinking etherically at a higher dimensional level, can communicate with all species. We all have light language.
Mhm.
Some people refer to it as speaking in tongues. That's what they know, but we all have a signature light language, and that all beings in the universe can communicate with each other, all beings, which I think is amazing. So that's what I think about when you talk about like etherically in the throat chakra.
Awesome.
That's what was coming to me.
And since
Yeah.
Deb said a sign earlier, she said lavender sounds like Aquarius. Is that coming from any particular experience? No, I'm just
It was what it said is the card said, an easy go. It will also inspire nurturing and an honest expression of the heart. A what you see is what you get approach. And I said, that sounds like an Aquarius. Like an Aquarian, like me. I'm an Aquarian. Like what you see is what you get. I'm not pretentious.
Yeah, that's what I was asking her, if it's coming from personal experience here. But but actually, lavender is the oil for the astrologic sign of the Capricorn.
Well, isn't that interesting? Which is,
isn't it interesting?
Very, very different from Aquarius. Yeah.
Yes,
Interesting.
very. Yes. So that for Capricorn, lavender is your oil. It can help. Lavender is often called the most versatile essential oil. So it is a must-have in your collection, and among many other things, it is often used for anxiety, burns, calming skin wounds, sleep, and stress.
Yep, those are ways that I've used it. You know how I've used it over the years? Like probably the number one way that I've used, because I'm literally like, y'all are learning with me. I have not really been using oils. Like somebody gets respiratory illness and I'll diffuse, eucalyptus and whatnot. But like for the most part, I don't. But what I have been doing for probably the last, I don't know, 5, 7, 8 years is when I wash my laundry, specifically off of my bed, because you sleep in your bed for, let's just say an average of 8 hours a night. I know a lot of people don't. I'm in bed longer than 8 hours a night. I love my sleep. But let's just say the average person sleeps or is in bed 8 hours a day. While you're sleeping, you're releasing negative energy. You're releasing, and that energy does not go away because you throw it through the washer. So I do just a little pinch of sea salt and a couple of drops of lavender oil in my laundry with all my linens. I do it with a big portion of my laundry because I really like to do that, but I always do my linens now. So that's one way I use it.
That's amazing. Yeah. That is amazing.
Yeah, to me, there is almost nothing more decadent than nice, fresh, clean linens on my bed. Like,
so tip for all of you who also love that as well in the way that Deb explained, that's a tip for you folks, because that's another way that you can use lavender.
Mm-hmm. And it not only smells good when you get in the bed, but you don't have any past energies connected to it at all.
Yes, lavender is a great oil for that spiritual essence as well. And if you use drier linens, if you get drier balls, you actually can put a few drops of the oils on those drier balls so that essence can go onto your clothing as well. And it's an amazing tool to have. I love using dryer balls, and so I use all the oils on there, but lavender is one of my fave because it is universal in the smell, so everyone loves lavender, and it has so many good purpose, like what Deb was saying as well.
I love it.
I love it. Lavender right now.
Here on Maui, we've got the lavender farm up on the mountain, up country on Haleakala, with all kinds of different lavenders and walking trails looking down over the whole South Shore. It's just stunning. And they make lavender scones and lavender tea and I don't know what else, but lavender honey. Yeah.
Lavender honey.
All
Their
kinds.
lavender tea is so good.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
Good.
Yeah, I think my boys buy that all the time. I think I even saw it at their house in New York last time I went. Gotta love the lavender farm.
And it's such a beautiful view.
Yeah, it's like just like heaven. You just go up there, you smell, and there are all kinds of different lavenders, French and English, and I don't even know what else. I just remember all the cards, like tons of different lavender and walking paths. But you just sit and all these different places to just sit and meditate. So you sit down and you're just looking at this gigantic ocean view, and if you literally have to be dead to not have some kind of appreciation, like gotta be dead inside, because it's just amazing. Yeah. I mean, my heart's vibrating while I'm thinking about it.
It's beautiful. Actually, I'm smelling lavender and patchouli right now and thinking of the lavender farm, and I can place myself there to just put to what Deb is describing. I can feel myself there. The woodiness, the country air, just everything about the lavender farm. It's so beautiful.
And that's the thing about scents. I just keep going back to like our olfactory sense. It's like the biggest trigger of memories.
Yes.
So it's so huge the way that because I haven't seen anybody do oils the way you do. That, I mean, sometimes you're, like I say, like a harmonica, just sniffing back and forth, but that you're literally transporting yourself there by what you're doing right now. I love that.
Yeah, there's this book. So if you ever have taken your Gallup strength test, there is a community in DoTERRA through Eddie Villa called Unleash Your Strengths community that they dive very, very deep into your strengths and they connect it to the oils. Well, there was a guest speaker in his community. Her name is Melinda. Drawing a blank on her last name right now, but she has created like a few things actually to help us anchor to our strengths more. And so she actually has a book called Anchoring to Your Strengths. And it's just this little, it's not even really a book, it's just like this little handout size book. And she teaches you to anchor, to use the oils to help you anchor to a past experience that connected to that specific strength. And to be able to do that multiple times so that your body can remember what you felt when you were using that strength and how it has helped you to develop you. And so through that, I've learned how to just anchor myself with the oils beyond just my strengths. So I usually live in my top 10 to 15. But then through that, I've learned to just get to know the oils and let the oils get to know me and anchor what I'm feeling from the oils organically, and then bring in all of these resources that we have, like the Essential Emotions app or the SOC or the Symphony of the Cell or the astrology signs or the chakras, to then bring through that analytical and logical and physical evidence of connection than what my intuition was already feeling through that natural anchoring. And so that's why I'm always like this, and I'm just like, I'm just anchoring, because it just makes me feel more connected to what's in the present moment and also to what you're expressing or explaining, especially if it has to do with oils. It just gives that bigger, right? That bigger experience for us.
Totally. I love it. And I just had a thought that I wanted to respond to, and it went right out of my head. Let me see if it comes back. It was layering. Like, that's what it feels like you're doing when you're pulling multiple oils together. Like the lavender, and then you're putting it with, like you said, the birch or whatever, like there were multiple trees that you talked about. So that's anchoring it. But is that what you're doing when you're with several different oils? You're literally layering them.
Yeah, so lavender and patchouli right now. Lavender is actually the #1 oil for communication. So in the strengths test, communication is a strength, and it gives you the top 3 choices. And so for me, communication is in the middle of my strengths, which means I can communicate if I want to, or if I don't want to, I kind of don't want to. So I use lavender to make sure I can communicate and be in tune, especially since it's like my strength is right in the middle, which means it can drop off if it really wanted to. And then patchouli is actually the oil, the #1 oil for learner. And so my strength for learner is my #2. And so because I understand that right now what we're doing, we're learning together, we're sharing more for other people as well, and we're just creating this opportunity. I'm just tapping into my strengths that I already know and anchoring more so it can just flow in this natural, organic way. And because for all of our viewers and listeners out there, we did not plan anything that is happening right now. It's very organic just because of who we both are. And so these are ways that I use the oils to connect in the way that Deb and I are, and in the way that we are just authentically, so that we can really just deliver what our vision was when it came to creating this playlist. And so I'm explaining to her, but I'm also explaining to the viewers as well. So it's just more transparent, and you can see what we're doing here. So yes, because Deb is still learning, as she mentioned in the first one, and she's kind of going on
no. Deb is just starting to learn.
Yes, just starting to learn.
We are all learning together.
See, so I'm thinking she's a little bit more ahead. She's like, no.
No, don't give me any credit.
So because of that, I'm going to make sure I'm transparent, as because she is learning. So I want to communicate to her while explaining to everyone who's watching this. So yeah, so anchoring to the oils can lead to many specific details within you that help you become more of you. And because, as you know, that's what I truly love doing, is helping people master who they are from the inside out in the most authentic way, knowing your strengths, knowing your skill sets, knowing your past experiences that built those strengths, and that connection within you to keep it sustainable. That's so important. And they connect to these beautiful bottles.
Totally. Oh, yeah. I love that. And to me, I mean, I know that this isn't just like an oil subject, but like there almost isn't anything, I don't want to say heavier, because it's not heavy on my heart, but it's on my heart, is empowering and assisting women. And I know that that's the same with you. My whole life, since I was a little girl, just wanting that little girl next to me to be safe and happy and healthy. And then moving on, you know, as you get older and older and older. And so I really love that you just said that about bringing out the authenticity and expanding on whatever skills somebody has to be their highest and best. Because that's really what we're here for. I mean, we're here to be our highest and best and have this soul journey.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that you said that. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, do we have anything else around lavender to?
I think that's all I got. I mean, we could go on forever, but that's why we're creating a playlist here, so that we can. So I mean, okay, we're a little bit strategic behind the scenes, but you know, we just like to flow too. But yeah, that's all I got. I think that was a great deep dive for sure.
Awesome. Very good. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for tuning into episode number 2. And we will be back. I'm stumbling on my words. We will be back next week with episode number 3. Don't know what it is yet, but it'll be a surprise to all of us. Right? Awesome. Well, thank you so much, PrimRose.
You're
And thank you all of
welcome.
us for joining us.
Thank you,
Until
everyone.
until next time. A hui ho
Ahuiho.
and namaste.